Picture a civilization so influential that its echoes are still heard in our legal systems, languages, and cities today. This was the Roman Empire, one of history's most formidable forces. Stretching across more than a millennium, the story of Rome is one of unparalleled achievements, remarkable innovation, and ultimately, inevitable decline. The tale of Rome's rise and fall remains one of the most compelling narratives in human history, offering insights that are as relevant now as they were then. But the grandeur of Rome isn't merely about its towering successes or vast territorial expansion. To fully understand Rome's legacy, we must delve into the complex and often turbulent factors that led to its eventual downfall. By examining these factors, we uncover crucial lessons about governance, societal resilience, and the inherent fragility of power. Lessons that continue to resonate in our contemporary world. In this comprehensive exploration, we'll dive deep into the economic struggles, military challenges, and internal conflicts that contributed to the decline of Rome. Through this journey, we'll engage in a thought-provoking discussion about how the rise and fall of such a monumental empire can offer insights into our own societies today. This is the second video of our series, The Entire History of the European Middle Ages, and we invite you to join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of Rome's history and discover the enduring significance of its legacy. At the height of its power, the Roman Empire was nothing short of a colossal force, dominating the ancient world and shaping Western culture, governance, and architecture in ways that still resonate today. Imagine a civilization that spanned 3 continents, with roads stretching across vast lands, aqueducts delivering fresh water to bustling cities, and a sophisticated legal system that laid the foundations for modern law. This was Rome, an empire renowned for its innovation and influence, standing as a beacon of engineering marvels and administrative genius for centuries. The Roman Empire wasn't just a political entity, it was a civilization that connected the known world. Its vast network of roads, such as the famous Via Appia, facilitated the movement of armies, goods, and ideas, effectively knitting together a diverse array of cultures under a single imperial banner. These roads were more than just physical pathways. They were the lifeblood of the empire, enabling the flow of commerce and culture from one corner of the realm to another. Aqueducts like the awe-inspiring Aqua Claudia were engineering feats that showcased Rome's ability to harness nature for the benefit of its cities. These structures transported millions of gallons of fresh water daily, ensuring that even the furthest reaches of the empire enjoyed the comforts of urban life. The presence of such infrastructure was a testament to Rome's ability to organize and govern a vast and diverse territory, blending practicality with grandeur in a way that few civilizations have ever matched. At the heart of this expansive empire was Rome itself, a city that symbolized the power and glory of the Roman state. The Forum, the Colosseum, and the Pantheon were not just buildings. They were statements of Rome's enduring legacy, each telling a story of conquest, governance, and cultural dominance. The Forum, with its majestic temples and bustling marketplaces, was the epicenter of Roman public life, where laws were debated, policies were forged, and the empire's future was shaped. Meanwhile, the Colosseum stood as a monument to Roman engineering and a symbol of the empire's might. Here, tens of thousands of spectators would gather to watch gladiatorial contests and public spectacles, events that were as much about entertainment as they were about demonstrating the power and reach of the Roman state. The Pantheon, with its massive dome and open oculus, was a marvel of architectural innovation, reflecting Rome's ability to blend the divine with the practical. But Rome's grandeur wasn't just built on stone and mortar. It was also reflected in its governance. The Roman Republic, and later the Roman Empire, developed sophisticated systems of law and administration that have left an indelible mark on the world. The concept of civis Romanus sum, I'm a Roman citizen, was a powerful idea that carried rights and responsibilities, underscoring the importance of law and order in maintaining the cohesion of the empire. Figures like Emperor Augustus, who established the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace that lasted over 2 centuries, played pivotal roles in shaping this golden era. Augustus was not just a ruler, he was a reformer who transformed Rome from a city-state into a sprawling empire. His reign marked the transition from the chaos of the late Republic to the stability of the empire, laying the foundations for Rome's long period of prosperity. Military leaders like Julius Caesar also played crucial roles in expanding the empire's borders. Caesar's conquest of Gaul, chronicled in his Commentari de Bello Gallico, was not just a military campaign, but also a demonstration of Rome's ability to assimilate new territories into its vast domain. These conquests were instrumental in spreading Roman culture and governance far beyond the city of Rome, turning the Mediterranean into a Roman lake, or Mare Nostrum. As we explore this remarkable period, we'll see how the achievements of Rome continue to shape our world today, reminding us of the enduring legacy of one of history's greatest empires. The Roman Empire wasn't just vast, it was culturally rich and diverse, a melting pot where ideas and traditions from across the known world came together to create a vibrant and dynamic society. From the green fields of Britain to the sun-soaked shores of the Mediterranean, Rome's reach encouraged a vibrant exchange of ideas and traditions. This diversity fueled cultural achievements that have echoed through the ages, laying the foundation for the civilization we know today. Roman architecture, with its iconic structures like the Pantheon and the vast network of aqueducts, demonstrated not only technical prowess, but also an artistic vision that has inspired generations of builders and architects. The Pantheon, with its massive dome and open oculus, remains one of the most impressive feats of engineering in human history. Its design reflects the Roman belief in the harmony of the cosmos and the power of the gods, blending form and function in a way that few buildings ever have. Aqueducts, which carried fresh water to cities across the empire, were a testament to Rome's ability to harness nature for the benefit of its people. These structures were not just practical, they were also symbols of the empire's power and its commitment to the welfare of its citizens. The presence of such infrastructure ensured that even the furthest reaches of the empire enjoyed the comforts of urban life, from public baths to fountains, all sustained by a continuous flow of water. Roman art, too, was a reflection of the empire's values and beliefs. Celebrated for its realistic sculptures and intricate mosaics, Roman art was both a celebration of the human form and a statement of power. Statues of emperors and gods adorned public spaces, serving as constant reminders of the divine authority of Rome's leaders. Mosaics, which decorated the floors of homes and public buildings, told stories of heroism, mythology, and everyday life, capturing the essence of Roman culture in vivid detail. Literary giants such as Virgil, Horace, and Ovid penned works that are still celebrated today. Virgil's Aeneid, a national epic that traces the origins of Rome, is not just a story of gods and heroes, it's a reflection of Rome's values and a justification for its imperial destiny. Ovid's Metamorphoses, with its tales of transformation, explores themes of change and continuity, mirroring the evolving nature of the empire itself. These cultural contributions laid the foundation for later civilizations, influencing everything from legal systems to architectural styles. The Roman concept of mos maiorum, the way of the ancestors, emphasized the importance of tradition and continuity, values that were passed down through the generations and that continue to resonate in our world today. As we delve deeper into these achievements, we'll discover how Roman culture still resonates in our modern world, influencing the arts, literature, and even our languages. The growth of the Roman Empire was powered by a robust economy and a formidable military, both of which were intricately linked. The empire's economy was built on trade and agriculture, with a vast network of roads and sea routes connecting distant provinces and ensuring a steady flow of goods. This interconnected economy was one of the key factors that allowed Rome to sustain its vast empire for so long. Fertile lands across the empire produced essential commodities like grains, olives, and wine, which not only fed the population, but also generated wealth for the state. The grain supply, in particular, was critical to the empire's stability. Rome itself was sustained by a constant flow of grain from the provinces, particularly Egypt, which was known as the breadbasket of the empire. The annona, or grain dole, ensured that the people of Rome had enough to eat, preventing the kind of social unrest that could destabilize the empire. But it wasn't just economic strength that made Rome mighty. The Roman military was a force to be reckoned with. Known for their discipline, organization, and innovative tactics, the legions were the backbone of Rome's expansion and defense. The Roman army was more than just a fighting force. It was a tool of statecraft used to secure borders, project power, and integrate new territories into the empire. Key campaigns, such as Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul and the defense against Germanic tribes, showcased the military's strategic brilliance. Caesar's campaign in Gaul, for example, not only expanded Rome's territory, but also secured its northern borders, protecting the empire from the threat of invasion. The Roman army was also instrumental in maintaining internal stability, putting down revolts and ensuring that the provinces remained loyal to Rome. This powerful combination of economic prosperity and military might create a synergy that allowed Rome to flourish for centuries. The Roman army was not just a tool of conquest, it was also a force for integration, spreading Roman culture and governance to the far corners of the empire. Soldiers who served in the legions often settled in the provinces where they had served, bringing with them Roman customs, language, and law. The era of the five good emperors, Marcus Cocceius Nerva, 96 to 98 AD, Trajan, 98 to 117 AD, Hadrian, 117 to 138 AD, Antoninus Pius, 138 to 161 AD, and Marcus Aurelius, 161 to 180 AD, represents the pinnacle of this strength. These emperors are remembered for their wise and stable rule, during which the empire reached its greatest territorial extent and experienced a period of unprecedented prosperity. Trajan, for example, expanded the empire to its greatest size, conquering Dacia, modern-day Romania, and bringing vast amounts of wealth into the empire. Hadrian, his successor, consolidated these gains, building fortifications like Hadrian's Wall in Britain to protect the empire's borders. Antoninus Pius continued this policy of consolidation, focusing on internal development rather than expansion. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, defended the empire against Germanic invasions while also reflecting on the nature of power and responsibility in his meditations. Their leadership ensured that Rome remained strong, stable, and influential during some of its most critical years. But even as the empire thrived, the seeds of its decline were being sown. As with many great empires, the Roman Empire's decline was rooted in the very elements that had once made it strong. Political instability and corruption began to take hold, weakening the empire from within. As power became concentrated in the hands of a few, the once stable government started to fracture, setting the stage for the eventual collapse of the empire. Ineffective leadership often created power vacuums, leading to confusion and chaos within the government. When leaders prioritized personal gain over the well-being of the state, corruption flourished. Bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism became rampant, eroding public trust and fostering widespread disillusionment. This loss of faith in the government made the populace more susceptible to unrest and rebellion, further destabilizing the empire. The situation was further complicated by the formation of political factions, which often hindered a unified response to crises. Instead of working together to address the empire's challenges, these factions engaged in power struggles, leaving the state vulnerable to both internal and external threats. The political instability and corruption that plagued Rome not only weakened its governance, but also laid the groundwork for the empire's eventual decline. One of the most notorious examples of this instability was the Year of the Four Emperors in 69 AD, a period of civil war and political chaos that followed the death of Emperor Nero. In just 1 year, Rome saw the rise and fall of 4 different emperors, Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and Vespasian, each of whom was either assassinated or overthrown by rivals. This rapid turnover in leadership weakened the empire, leaving it vulnerable to external threats and internal dissent. Nero's reign, in particular, is often cited as an example of how poor leadership can have disastrous consequences for an empire. Known for his extravagant spending on personal luxuries and grandiose projects like the Golden House, Nero drained the empire's treasury and alienated his people. His notorious decision to blame Christians for the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD led to brutal persecutions and further damaged his reputation. This erosion of trust in his leadership created a significant rift between Nero and his subjects, setting the stage for Rome's decline. But Nero was not the only emperor whose leadership contributed to the empire's downfall. Commodus, who ruled from 180 to 192 AD, is another example of how personal excess and poor governance can destabilize an empire. Obsessed with gladiatorial combat and public spectacles, Commodus prioritized personal glory over effective governance. His extravagant lifestyle and erratic behavior alienated the Roman elite and undermined respect for the imperial office. Although his flamboyant persona initially intrigued the public, growing discontent soon followed as his behavior became more erratic. His reign was marked by increased corruption and power struggles within the Senate, further destabilizing the empire. By examining the decisions and actions of these and other emperors, we gain valuable insights into the complexities of power and responsibility. These historical lessons not only deepen our understanding of the past, but also serve as cautionary tales for today's leaders facing similar challenges. The Roman economy was built on the backs of slaves, who provided the labor necessary to sustain the empire's vast agricultural estates and public works projects. However, this reliance on slave labor stifled innovation and productivity. With so much of the workforce made up of slaves who had little incentive to improve efficiency or develop new technologies, the economy stagnated. As the supply of slaves dwindled, partly due to a decline in military conquests, the economy struggled to adapt, leading to a weakened financial structure. This reliance on slavery also had deep social consequences, reinforcing a rigid class structure that bred inequality and resentment. The wealthy elite, who owned vast estates and controlled much of the empire's wealth, grew increasingly disconnected from the rest of society. Meanwhile, the poor and the enslaved became more and more discontented with their lot, leading to social unrest and, in some cases, outright rebellion. Inflation was another significant problem. As the empire's expenses grew, so too did the need for more revenue. This led to increased taxation, which in turn led to a devaluation of the currency as the government minted more coins to meet its financial obligations. The result was a cycle of inflation that eroded the purchasing power of the currency and further destabilized the economy. Economic troubles were also exacerbated by external factors. Trade routes, which had once brought wealth and prosperity to Rome, became increasingly dangerous as barbarian invasions and internal strife disrupted the flow of goods. The loss of key provinces such as North Africa, which was a major source of grain, further strained the empire's resources. Without a stable economy, the empire could no longer afford to maintain its military, infrastructure, or public services, leading to a gradual decline in the quality of life for its citizens. By examining these economic issues, we can better understand how they contributed to the downfall of Rome. The empire's inability to adapt to changing economic circumstances played a significant role in its eventual collapse. These challenges highlight the importance of economic stability and adaptability in sustaining a thriving civilization.